Good morning. I'm Art, and here's Tony. And we're here from Garden Masters with a Z.com.
And today it's the end of winter and beginning of spring. So you know what that means? It's
time to dig in the mud
and get dirty. We have some property
Boots.
improvements we want to show you with our back deck and hot tub area. So come along with us now. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button and then the bell notification to get notified when we put out new videos.
So,
So,
when you purchase a new property, you need to have a grand plan. And I'm going to tell you right now, you might have a grand plan when you start, and you might alter from that a little bit. But
of course,
over time, you're going to have a grander plan.
this is true. You know, we always had the grand plan to have a hot tub, the one that's behind us, exactly where it's located. But it took us 10 years more to get this hot tub here. But we have it now.
You know something? In the original grand plan, we were going to put in a waterfall with a pond area.
Yes.
You never know. That might come down the line.
But we always wanted a hot tub.
But we wanted a hot tub.
Because our muscles ache after a hard day's work.
You know, I don't care if you're 20, if you're 30, if you're 50, if you're 60. You know, over time, you need to alter that grand plan and put in some relaxation.
Yes.
So that's why the hot tub landed here. So when we moved in, we only had this small exit off the deck. Now, this stairways does go down to the driveway, and it's a very small entrance. So at that point, we decided we wanted to feed the birds. So only exit, we decided to add a little bit of pavers here because, as you can see, there wasn't even enough room to step off the deck.
Isn't that something? I mean, why would they construct something like this? Who knows?
Now, mind you, this is after winter. Things are looking poorly out here. We got lots of work. We got to pressure wash the deck. We got to stain it. Anyways, so we wanted birds. So we decided we wanted the bird feeder over there because we wanted to see them from the living room window. So we ended up putting these temporary little steppers in to get to the bird feeder so we didn't track mud into the house. Keep in mind, the only exit off the deck. So, this used to be fenced in like a cage over here. This was the deck with railings all the way around it. And we had the small area, which we thought that was a pretty good size area. Until we lived here a couple years, we said, okay, we need to do some expanding here.
This is only a 4-person table, and by the way, the chairs are covered because it is still off season. We haven't uncovered them yet.
So in our minds, we said, we love the landscape. We got to open this up so we can get out and get to the gardens. Why would we want to come all the way over there? So the first project was opening up this railing here. Mind you, there was a railing behind me at that point. So at first we put in some cinder block stairs just to get off the deck. And then down the line, we decided to open it up the whole way with real stairs with railings. We ended up putting these stairs in to get down to our landscape. You know, when we were putting the stairs in, we had to put a paver base in order to have the stairs step down without rotting the foundation of the bottom of the stairs. So here you go. We had those pavers over there. We had stepper stones. We had this kind of pavers. So
3 different kinds.
yes.
And you know, in the grand plan, you would want everything to match, wouldn't you say, Art? Or go together. Maybe not match perfectly, but go together.
Yes. And I have to tell you, you know,
What do you want to tell us?
you might have a grand plan, but it might change over time.
Oh, for sure.
So it's okay to do that, but at this point in our life, we've decided we need to get that grand plan together so we can enjoy it. So we added from the stairs, we decided, okay, we want to cozy up this area a little bit. You know, we wanted lights around our sitting area. So we added this trellis, or I don't know what you want to call it, but it just gave it some height. It gave it a little bit of coziness. So that used to come all the way down the side here. So moving along in time, we had the dream from the beginning to have a hot tub. Now mind you, at the point we installed the hot tub, we had a railing along here. None of this deck existed, but we decided we need, well, backing up 1 second, when we placed the hot tub, we had in mind that we did want to be able to access it from the deck, because we use our hot tub year round, and we did not want to be trouncing through the snow, the mud in the spring, so we said we need to add a deck. So there we go.
We took down that railing.
And we designed this deck here. We decided that it would only make sense to have an area expand off of that deck, be in the same level.
Because we needed some stairs over here
So
to access our water source.
So that was kind of, you know, as you're planning, you got to think about everything.
Yep, here we do.
And it's like, okay, we want access to the yard over here too.
And
you know,
before this, when the railing was there, we'd have to walk all the way out that other exit and come around to the water source to water plants on the deck. Now, how does that make sense? It doesn't.
so, you know, do you remember I said that was the only exit over there when we moved in? Okay, we opened up that exit. We opened up this exit. Now we have another. No sense putting a fence there. Let's have an exit so we can enter and exit and water the plants. So that was in that plan also. When we added this part of the deck, we thought we'd bring the table down here. But when it was all said and done, we wanted this to be more of an entertaining area. So keep in mind, there is future plans of expanding that area over there also, redoing our herb garden, and have a larger area for
A table.
a table. So keep in mind, we're also going to put a walkway, a paper walkway that goes from this point to the back door. Walkways, exits. Walkway, exits.
Walkway exits. What are you doing now, Art?
Tony, I'm exiting the deck. It's all about the exits.
You gotta have an escape plan.
Oh my goodness. It's so muddy out here. Oh, what a mess.
And this brings us to the current plan of the next thing that we're gonna do here.
So I do want to mention we chose this brown color for the deck because we're all into landscape. We want things to blend together, so we have brown. But every little time you walk from that area, you got mud.
So
That's why we have our boots on today.
how are we gonna fix that, Art?
We are going to fix this by adding an area here of pavers. When we added this additional deck that's lower, we didn't want to have a problem with the water running off the hill and collecting in this area. Everything has been graded to drain, but over there, we just wanted to make sure we weren't going to have drainage problems. So we added this drainage pipe. This goes to the other side of the deck. And keep in mind, on your projects, think everything through. Okay, drainage. We wanted low voltage lighting on the stairways. We wanted speakers. So we also plan for possible future electric out here too. So we ran all those wires underneath the deck before the top piece was put on, because once it's on, you can't get under it. So this is all a lesson in planning.
And also a lesson in planning in that all the wires run through conduit, because we live in a wooded area with critters and they can play havoc with wires.
There's always that small chance that they might chew a wire. They don't usually chew these type of wires, but we weren't taking any chance. So we put everything through conduit because we did not want to pull up boards on our deck. So part of the entertaining area is we wanted to have a bar out here. So we ended up having a roof put, a solid roof, tin roof, put over the bar area. So if you're sitting here, it starts to have light rain or whatever, you're protected. And also the stuff on the bar is protected. We added the pergola up there. We wanted to be able to see the stars at night. So we didn't want that to be a permanent solid rooftop, because living out in the country, I tell you, do we ever have a show with stars at night? So as we're going along here, we also, we want a garden here so we can enjoy plants. We plant elephant ears, which is another video on our site, but we decided that we have solid surface up there. Let's create a boardwalk over here. So when we lift off the cover, we can set the cover completely down there and also access everything without getting in the mud. So
let's talk about the pavers next, Art, shall we?
Do you want to?
Or is there something else you want to talk about?
Nah, let's talk about the pavers.
Okay, let's talk about the pavers.
So, I don't know. I can't work out here on a nice, clean, muddy project with all this mess surrounding me. I think we're going to do a little cleanup before we get on to the pavers.
Oh, I want to do this now. Actually, we can't do it now because it's the end of February, beginning of March, and the ground is still frozen. And we're going to need to dig down at least 6 inches. And I don't think we'll be able to do that. It's thawed out on the surface, but I think below it's probably frozen. Not sure till we get into it, but I think we're going to wait a little bit.
If you do a project like this, when the ground still has frost in it, you're going to end up having heaving of your pavers. So as we start, we're going to dig down. If we don't have any frost, we can move on to step number 2.